Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed the water video from last week. I'm really happy that so many of you watched it. This week I'd like to talk about power. I thought what a natural progression into how do we. So a little bit about RVs. If you don't know, they run off of 30 amp service. The newer rigs are now 50 amp service. So when you're parked at an RV park, you can plug in with a 30 amp cord, which is what this is here, and get all of your services. So AC, microwave, oven, outlets, you know, just it's kind of like being plugged into your house. So you know, you do have to pay attention to how much amperage you're pulling. So for instance, when we were still in Oregon and plugged into 30 amp, we could not run the AC and the microwave at the same time. It was one or the other because it just pulls too much amperage, and then you'll blow out your circuits. What we do here is we are living on 12 volt DC power via two deep cycle batteries in that compartment there. I'm not going to open it up because it just got done raining and we are expecting more rain. I don't know if you guys just heard the thunder. So when we're on battery, the DC power, we don't have any power going to the outlets. Can't run the AC or the microwave / convection oven. And the fridge is on propane, like I explained in the extended stay video. We do, however, have, you know, lights and our fantastic fan and the water pump. So that's about the extent of the power that we do have running on the DC via the two deep cycle batteries. So when we are charging the batteries, we have a converter, and it just it takes AC power and switches it to DC power, storing it in the batteries. We have you know, a complete circuit breaker board, and we just need to make sure that, you know, we're balancing the wattage properly. So this is our onboard generator. It's a 4,000 watt Onan. It is just as old as Fiddlesticks. So this generator is in quasi-retirement. We do exercise it to keep it going. We do it twice a month, 15th and the end of the month, or the 1st and the 15th. It just kind of depends on, you know, when we get around to doing that. You know, it does run. It's pretty dirty power, so, you know, we do have access to outlets and stuff like that. However, there is one complication with it, and I'll get to it in just a second. In the meantime, I'm going to take you over here. This is our 100 watt solar panel, and that is in charge of charging up Fiddlesticks' battery just to keep it healthy. So this is our main generator that we're using. It is a Champion dual fuel. According to the owner's manual, if you run it on gasoline, you get just under 3,800 watts of power, and you can run it for about 14 hours and with just under 5 gallons of fuel. We have chosen not to run it with gasoline. Part of that is that the fuel nowadays is pretty dirty. Even if you get ethanol free, it's not clean, and it gunks up parts. So there's a lot more maintenance with running it on gasoline, and we have chosen not to. So we've been running it on propane. And we get just over 3,400 watts with running it on propane. And the owner's manual says that you get 10.5 hours on a 20-pound cylinder. However, we are getting 14 hours on a 20-pound cylinder, and this is running it 2 hours a day every single day. And the reason why we do that is because this great thing has a 30 amp plug-in right there. So once this is running, we take our 30 amp plug it in, and that starts to store some power and it's into our batteries. And we get outlets. We turn our fridge back on to AC power. If we needed to, we could run the air conditioner. We could also run the microwave convection oven. But we are trying to acclimate ourselves to southern Missouri weather, and so we are not running the AC too much. I think we've run it a couple of times just on those days that it was just so unbearable that even the cat was miserable. So you're probably wondering, if we only run this 2 hours a day, how are we charging and living with modern conveniences? And that is with this beauty right here. There are plenty of reviews on the internet on the Bluetti system, so I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to tell you that it has been an absolute lifesaver for us. This is, we charge our phones, our tablets. We have 2 battery operated fans that we use. We have a little tiny vacuum that this charges. Anything else that is, you know, battery operated and needs to be charged, this thing is it. It is absolutely amazing. So when I talked earlier about the dirty power that comes from the onboard generator, we found that we could not charge this on an outlet when we were running our onboard generator, and that's because the onboard generator creates some pretty dirty power, not the pure sine wave that y'all are used to in your houses. And it was taking sometimes 6 hours to charge this thing up. What we do is we run it from we charge it up to 85% and then drain it to 35%. Since it is a lithium ion battery. So what we've found out is that when we are plugged into the Champion and our converter takes that power and makes it a little bit more quiet, we can charge it on the Bluetti on regular mode, and it charges in about 30 minutes. So it's been really, really great. So we do have an 800 watt solar system that is going to be put together hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I can't wait to make a video about that because Marcus has done almost 2 years worth of research and has really got us set up to make life here on the homestead a little bit more comfortable. So look for that video in I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It just depends on when we can get it put together. Priorities, like I said last week, priorities. So it's getting ready to rain again. Marcus needs to come out here and run this beauty and get some power stored up into our batteries and charge up that pretty Bluetti. I really appreciate all of the views. If you guys could give us a, click that like button. It really helps. Subscribe, that helps too. Possibly even share. We really appreciate you guys. And stay with us while we continue to fiddle in the sticks.